Hello everyone, today I am here in the tropics on the warm sunny beaches of Puerto Rico. Now as nice as palm trees and salt air and blue ocean water are, to be completely honest with you guys, I would never come all the way down here for this. I'm here for this. This is the Chuck E. Cheese in Bayamón, Puerto Rico, which is just west of San Juan. And from the outside, it may look like any other modern Chuck E. Cheese. You can see there's 2.0 Chuck up there, but I assure you that on the inside, this is anything but. And if you grew up in the 90s or 2000s or were a parent then, I'm sure this video will bring back a lot of memories for you. So let's go in there, and I'm going to give you guys the full store tour. Alright guys, let's start this tour off right here in the showroom. So as you can see, first thing I noticed walking in is that the lights are turned off in the showroom, so we have a dim retro showroom, which goes perfectly with all of this retro stuff that they have in here. So let's start this off by taking a look at their stage. So all three Puerto Rican locations have a 16 movement Studio C beta stage. Now, unfortunately, Studio C is not programmed anymore, so we're not going to see the animatronic do anything, and he is not on random movements either. I will talk a little bit more about this in the history section of the video. However, I did want to mention that this animatronic currently holds the record for the longest lasting 16M Studio C animatronic. No other 16M has stood on the same stage in the same store as long as this one has. So that's a little neat piece of trivia there. Chucky is wearing his full Rockstar outfit, including shoes. These are walk-around shoes, I believe. The first time I have ever seen shoes on an animatronic before. They also have this homemade sign right here, probably telling kids to stay off the stage. Not 100% sure though. They do have the Studio C carpet. They do have curtains, albeit not working. And then they have the Studio C beta backdrop with pizza time clock. Some of the lights are working. Up here, a lot of the lights are working, including the strobe. They have an LED strobe up there. Of course, no programming, unfortunately, but it is nice to see the stage lit up, especially in a dark showroom like this. Over here, as we move over, you can see that the traffic light thing works. The lights in those work, and then the E and the second C work. Unfortunately, the first C does not work. Another interesting thing is that I am filming this well into January, and the International Holiday Show tape has not gone invalid yet. So they are still playing that here in this store. To the left of that, they no longer have the blue screen, but they do still have their Avenger Ticket Blaster, both Avenger back and top. They have the Studio C letters, and then up there, they have the Ticket Blaster camera, which is great to see. They have a bunch of lights, different colored lights. They have, it looks like that's probably another strobe up there. They do have the Warp, which is right there. Unfortunately, no Gemini though. And they do have both On the Air and Applause. Unfortunately though, I have not seen either of them light up. All right, now let's take a look at what they have on the side walls of the showroom. So we'll start with the left wall. Right here, they have an emergency exit only sign. This is one of the 90s rainbow checkers, and it is both in English and Spanish. My first time seeing that. To the left of that, they have the 1993 Elvis piece, which is great to see. And then this whole wall is painted purple as well as over there by the stage. Over here, you can see they have all of the 90s pennant lights, and then they have their 90s booths. And then for the side walls of the showroom, they have the must-see TV collection. And these even have the lights above them. Now, I saw these lights at YMSing, however, I didn't even bring any attention to them because I didn't know. I thought maybe it was more common than it was, but I have not seen it since then until today. But they have these C-files right here. Then they have Friends. Then they have ER. And Chuck Feld. That's what they have here on the left, and now let's go take a look at the right side. All right, now over here to the right of the stage, we have some stuff to look at. First up, we have the Name That Cheese piece, one of my favorites from 1998. They have another emergency exit with that same sign as we saw on the left side. And then we have the 1993 Showbiz Pizza Time Inc., and this one does say it, the Hello Dolly theater piece. Great to see this one as well. And then they have more of the must-see TVs. So they have Chuck Trek, they have World Order of Wrestling, and they have Cheesy Television. So they have 7 of the 8. The one they are missing is World News Tonight. And they also have more of the 90s showroom booths and pennant lights as well. Of course, their long tables here have the 90s showroom chairs, which is great to see, the green and black ones. And then along the back of their showroom, they have more of the 90s showroom booths with the 90s pennant lights. I have never seen this and this together, and it is fantastic. They look great together. And it's so sad this stuff is getting rarer and rarer because this furniture just looks phenomenal. Right here, they have a couple of games shoved in the corner of the showroom. I'll explain why these are here a little later, but right here, they have all 4 of these small Warhol tribute pieces. All right, now the layout of this store is very interesting, so we can't really separate it into kiddie ride area game room, so we're just gonna start over to the right side of the showroom, and we will just work our way around the store. So first up here, we have SpongeBob Pineapple Arcade, Super Bikes 3, and Dead Heat Racing along this wall over here to the right of the showroom. And they're very hard to see, but behind these games, they have a full, complete set of all 5 of the 1999 character headshots. This is my first time ever seeing all 5 together. You can see Pasquale's is right there, and then Helen's is next to it. I wish these were more visible, because they're really neat to see them all together in a row. There's Helen's, you can kind of see that. And then Chucky's is right there, kind of hidden, and then of course Munch and Jasper are right here. You can see the 2 of them pretty well. But full set of the 99 headshots, which is fantastic. And then as we move through the kiddie ride area, we have Avenger, the original Hammer Fun right here. Oh, wait a second. Rockstar Chuck is on there. I think that's a first for me. Just like the photo ride, they added a Rockstar head onto the Avenger body. This still here says All Games 1 token. Even though they did add Play Pass in Puerto Rico, they do still have the All Games 1 token sticker on there. Then here they have the Ice Age mallet game. And then here they have something super special that I have never seen before, the Skytubes. Now, of course, if you grew up in the 90s or 2000s or even 2010s, you definitely remember the Skytubes at CEC. They were a staple. However, any locations that still had them, COVID really killed that in America. However, they did stay here, and they even have the Sneaker Keeper with Thumbchuck on it. It's a shame they didn't make a version of this for the trampoline zone. But they have the Sneakers Keeper right here in between the showroom and the game room. All right, now here as we go through, you can see the rest of the Skytubes, and then we have some games, regular games and kiddie rides. So right here they have Operation, and then on the other side of that, they have a token action game, which is called Crazy Typhoon. They also have Chameleon Paradise, a double player version of it. There's the Chuck E. Cheese race car part of the Skytubes right there with the Chuck E. Cheese logo. And they have the checkered flags and all that kind of stuff there. They have the Bob the Builder. And then here they have the mirror carousel with the 3 white horses. And down here you can see it says it's manufactured by Amutech. It doesn't have the one like Edison, New Jersey that says, oh, wait a second. It does. It's right here. Limited edition carousel for Showbiz Pizza Time Inc. This is number 202. They also have Wild Boat right here. They have this red car. They also have Hit Music on the other side of Hammer Fun. I didn't show that before. They have that train ride, which I don't want to get too close to because someone's on it right now. And then right here they have the Batman Whack-A-Mole. Right here they have the Avenger Sketchbook. Of course, it still has the Avenger software. And then here they have Spider-Bot and Deadstorm Pirates. They have Rescue Hero. They have Hammerhead and Dino Bash, which I don't think I've seen ever, or not very much anyway. Right over here, they have the Popcorn game. I think I've seen that once or twice. They have Strike Zone, Dino Pop. They have a Ticket Muncher right here. I have not seen a Ticket Muncher since San Jose Tully Road, so it's awesome to see one of those here. Of course, they did switch to Play Pass, but I guess there must be something that gives tickets, unless it's just for display only. They also have a few inflatables around the store, since the holiday season goes longer in Puerto Rico than it does in the United States. I'll show all this stuff later when nobody's playing these games, but right now I can show they have a Samsung TV right here, and then below it they have the 1999 Super Chuck Wonder Helen piece. The front wall is also painted purple, and then they have lit crown molding. This part isn't lit, a lot of the bulbs are burnt out, but as you move down you will see some of it is lit. Now most of the game room has the 90s booths, as you can see right here. However, there is just this random Phase 4 booth. Not sure how or why or when they got that, but they have at least one Phase 4 in this store. I showed you guys all this already. And then Of course, they have more booths there, and then we're moving into the game room. So we're going to start off with Monopoly Roll and Go. Then they have Fishbowl Frenzy, Halo Fireteam Raven, Nerf Arcade, Centipede Chaos, and then moving around here, Tippin' Blocks. Then we have another token action, Smokin' Token, Fruit Ninja FX, Doodle Jump, and then they have Power Drop, and their Power Drop does have Avenger Chuck up there on the Power Bonus display. It has Avenger Chuck on the Power Bonus hole as well. It also has an All Games Won token sticker. I'm gonna stop pointing that out because it looks like all the games have it, so that's not anything game specific here really. Here you can see they have the rainbow colored lights in the lit crown molding up here. So some of it does work, but not much. And then you can see the Phase 3 booths continue all the way through here. Every one of these booths in the store has this, since they do still bring the food out to the tables. There's no pickup window here at this location. Then we have Crank It. We have Tower of Power, but I have never seen that up there. It spins around and it has Chucky with a lightning bolt on his sweater. So that is really awesome. There's also a picture of Chucky right there as well. And it even says Chuck E. Cheese's Tower of Power right there. Man, so many neat old branded games that most of the stores have done away with. Here they have Ticket Troopers. They have Guitar Hero. They have a Seawolf The Next Mission, which I don't recall seeing before. Only regular Seawolf, not The Next Mission. On the other side of Seawolf, they have Terminator Salvation. Right here, they have Simpsons Kooky Carnival on the other side of Crank It. And then right here, they have the 1999 Hockey Stars piece. And then here is an emergency exit with another sign I have never seen before. It's Avenger Chuck pointing at you, telling you not to go out. Of course, it's in Spanish, so I'm not sure if this is something they made only for the Spanish-speaking areas or if there was an English version of this too. Nevertheless, I have never seen it before. One thing I have seen before is right here. This is Chuck E. Cheese's Super Shot. Another extremely retro location, which was Spokane, Washington, did have Super Shot. So I have seen that. They have Fast and Furious right here, and then they have two of the sports balls, the soccer ball and the basketball. They have a single Speed Demon, they have Deep Freeze, they have Dog Pounder with the Bone, and then last in this row we have another game I've never seen before, which is the Great Ticket Carnival, and this has a lot of CEC branding on it. There is a Please Be Fair and Share sticker with Chucky right there. There's Avenger tickets up here. They have Avenger tickets here, and then also all along the front. And then on the side, there is Chucky in a Carney outfit, and it says the Great Ticket Carnival on the side as well. So, very branded game, which I'm glad I got to see. Unfortunately, I can't try it out because it's out of service, but really nice to see that right next to Dog Pounder with the Bone, which is also very nice to see. Right here, you can see there's this very wide opening right here. Now, the girl at the front told me that this is here because they are going to be installing the trampoline zone, and they have cleared the spot for it. You can see they got rid of the games over there that probably went here, that they are moving stuff out to install the trampoline zone. She did tell me, though, that as far as she knows, they are not removing the Skytubes to install the trampoline zone. So that is good. Hopefully she's right about that. I would hate to see the Skytubes be removed for the trampoline zone. Right up here, I'm not sure if they're going to remove this or not when they get the trampoline zone, but they do still have the hockey stick with the All-Stars Chuck E. Cheese's puck. They have a couple of the Phase 3 stars, and then right here is a piece that I have never seen before, the 1993 Showbiz Pizza Time Inc. It even says it right there, the ballpark piece. So glad I got to see this one in person for the first time. Of course, Jasper's right there, Pasquale's right there, Munch's arm is right there, and then where is Chucky? Oh, Chucky, I guess, is throwing out the first pitch. So the characters are represented in this. So awesome to see this. And then, of course, along the showroom, game room barrier, they have more of the Phase 3 game room booths all along here. There's Chucky. He's going back into his room. Now, one thing about this location is that they do have all of the characters in walk-around form. Unfortunately, they just brought Chucky out tonight. But it would have been great to see all of the characters. But I guess they are all back there in that room that Chucky's going into. Right here at the end of the game room, there are a couple games I forgot to show. Right here, they have Monopoly. They have Reactor. Over here, they have a play pass checker. They have Deal or No Deal, and it does have Please Be Fair and Share as well. Then they have Wonderland, another token action. On the other side of Wonderland, they have Wheel of Fortune, and then they also have Let's Go Island, which must be an offshoot of Let's Go Jungle. Another one I gotta point out is right here in between this area with the Skytubes and the game room, they have the clock ride. I did see kids on it. It is working, and it even has a homemade graphic in Spanish with Rockstar Chuck on it. All right, so now I am back over here in the front corner of the store to show you guys this now that nobody's over here. They have more of the Phase 3 game room booths. Right here on the wall, they have the large blue crayon. Then they have 2 of the kids' pieces. They have the sandbox, and they have the fire truck. And then over there, they have the pink colored pencil. Then they have little hoops, which I have never seen at CEC before. No CEC branding on it, unfortunately. They do have CEC Street Hoops right next to it, which does have branding, of course. And then right here, they have Alley Roller Classics. They have 5 of them with marquee. And then they have a 2-minute drill, and then that takes us back to where the Super Chuck is. All right, now to the right of where the gradients are, they have the Restrooms hallway. They have a left-pointing arrow restroom sign right there. That little bit is painted purple. And then down the Restrooms hallway, they have the Coach Chuck and Tux Helen signs there. Then right in the middle, they have the old time photo. They have the 90s wooden men's and women's up top there. And then down in them, they have a couple magazine covers. They have basketball and Go Fish, the fishing one on those. And then right there, they have soccer, they have Sports Illustrated, baseball, and then they have tennis. So really neat to see all these magazine covers here as well. Coming out, they have a couple of the 2001 postcards. They actually have almost all of them. Here they have Chucky's, then they have Munch's right here. We are in the tropics, so it is kind of funny to see the tropics postcards since that's where we are today. Then we have the 90s kitchen sign. Back here, they have Helen's postcard. They have Coke machines. These franchises here in Puerto Rico serve Coke products instead of Pepsi products. Back there, they have Jasper's Howdy postcard, which is kind of hard to see, but it is back there. And then right up here, they have the 90s wooden beverages sign as well. Moving on, next we have this inflatable, which I'm sure they'll be taking down soon. Reason for the season. They have a green large Warhol tribute piece. Then they have this cardboard cutout of Chucky in his holiday sweater, like I have seen some of the walk-around characters wear. And then they have the prize counter right here. They have the 90s prizes, maybe purchase for cash sign. Then they have the 90s gifts and prizes. They have lit crown molding up there, which is a little different. And then here's a look at the prize counter. The ticket structure is completely different here at the franchise locations. You can see down here the ticket values. They have some with Avenger Chuck and then some with Rockstar Chuck, and they have Rockstar Chuck here on the warning signs. They also have the old tiles, and then this store has the 2010s carpet as well. All right, guys, now let's talk about the history of this location. So Bayamon's Chuck E. Cheese opened in June of 2003 as a franchise. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, that animatronic is the oldest 16M left. It was one of the first 10 16Ms installed. If this store opened a few months earlier, it would have gotten a 32M beta. The majority of the art they opened with is still in this store, as well as the furniture they opened with and all that kind of stuff. In the late 2000s, they did make one change. They removed the wall planners. They would have been over here. You can kind of even see where they used to be, like right there. That would have been the mount for a wall planner. So unfortunately, those are gone. That's a shame. So that was one change they made. And then in 2013, they made another change. They added the bright lighting that you see here in the store right now. They would have opened with the dim incandescent recessed lighting, but then they added these fluorescent lights throughout the store, but they did keep the old pennant lights, which was great as well. In 2017, the carpet was replaced because of Hurricane Maria, so they had to remove their original carpet and they installed the 2010s carpet. And then in 2022, they got Play Pass to replace their tokens, so they retrofitted the games with that. And then in 2023, they got the 2.0 exterior and also replaced their old school menu boards with monitors. So they made all the menu boards digital in this store in 2023 with their 2.0 exterior. And then the store has stayed pretty much the same since then. However, here in 2026 now, they are going to be installing the trampoline zone over there. I also wanted to mention again that this location has all 5 of the walk-around characters. Unfortunately, they did not come out during my visit. They probably don't come out very much, but they do have them here, which is also very nice. Now, this franchise owner did open 2 other locations since this one here in Puerto Rico. There are 3 locations open in Puerto Rico currently. However, the other 2 open after the 2005 remodel was standardized. Eventually, I will be posting tours of both of those, so stay tuned for that on the channel here. Alright guys, well I was just playing Kooky Carnival and I got a 2003 token, and I will definitely be taking this home as a souvenir. Since this location opened in 2003, it could not be more perfect to take this one home with me today. Alright, now as we leave, we're going to take a look at a few other things. I almost forgot to mention the yellow caution wet floor sign that they have down here below the Coke machines. They also have the ropes here. And then as we head towards the exit, right here they have this old school salad bar from the 90s remodel, which I have never seen before. Unfortunately, there is no more salad bar. They would have had the old salad bar sign up there, which is now gone since they got rid of the salad bar, but they just have some snacks here. And then right here, they have some different stuff. They have the Showbiz and Me clapboard, and it does not say Bayamón, it just says Puerto Rico. They have a bunch of the Phase 3 stars around it. They also have the maximum seating capacity for this store, which is 584. And then over here, I'm not going to show their order counter because there's people, but they do have a Christmas tree and Santa. They have 3 large Warhols right here along this wall. And then right here, they have the black light kid check overhang from the Phase 3 package, and it does work. I saw this at Tupelo, however, theirs did not work, and theirs is gone now, but they do still have it here, so that's fantastic. And then they have this podium, which is the older one, but it was painted purple, and then they have that pose of Rockstar Chuck right there. They have some Puerto Rico signs over here. These look generic, however, that is a CEC one, and they have the scripted 2.0 logo on that. And then right here along this wall, they also have the soccer piece from 1999, and it is a little bit faded. All right, now out here as we leave at the Kid Check area, they do have that on the front of their podium, the Rockstar 2.0 logo. And then out here, they have this Santa's Toy Shop thing, which I'm sure they'll be taking down soon. If it's not already down by the time of this posting. They have more Phase 3 stars, a lot of them in this store. More crown molding, not lit, but it probably is just burnt out. They have the large thumb chuck wooden up there. And then out in the lobby, they have a bunch of stuff. Right here, they have an extremely, extremely faded drive-in movie piece. Over here, they have this outdoor sign, which is inside. Most of it has been plastered over, but it has their current hours, and it has Rockstar Chuck up there above the word welcome. They have even more Phase 3 stars, just so many of them. They have a small thumb chuck logo up there, and then they also have this Spanish rules of conduct sign as well. Out here on their front doors, they have this sign that says now all games 1 token, but I have a feeling this has been here for a while. That was probably a brighter color that faded. Right here, they have this sign. It has all the characters except Bella on it, and it says stuff probably about some promotion they're holding with some rules about that. They have that there, and those Spanish signs right there. That one's actually in English, and that one's in Spanish. And they also have this sign right here. It's written in Spanish, and this, I'm sure, is from COVID. It's probably about, you know, temperature checks and face masks, but I don't know why they don't take this down. It's very outdated. All right, one more thing I wanted to point out is that when they got the 2.0 logo, they did not replace the lettering below him. So you can see over there that where they would have had the apostrophe S. It's kind of a little harder since it's at night, but they just added that big E there. This is all the same. They might have made it red, but they just added that one big E right there. But other than that, you know, they kept it the same. It's not even centered anymore because they didn't bother moving everything over. But those letters are from before the changeover to the 2.0 logo. They would have had Thumb Chuck logo there before. Well, guys, that was an incredible visit to the Chuck E. Cheese in Bayamón, Puerto Rico. I had so much fun in there, so much retro stuff, so much nostalgia, and I hope that brought back some memories for you guys if you grew up with this era of Chuck E. Cheese. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to be here for. You know, the franchise locations are not on the same remodel schedule as the non-franchise locations. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.